can get it.
That's all right.
How significant is this victory for your career?
Pretty significant. You know, she's pioneer of the sport, great fighter. You know, she came into the UFC highly ranked. You know, one of the top contenders, and you know, I'm just happy to be able to put on such a good performance against her and get the win here in Dallas. Hopefully, you know, it moves me up in the rankings, but at this point, I'm just happy to get fights and fights against really good, you know, top quality fighters. So I'm happy wherever I fall after this.
Someone you would like to see next?
I don't know. Right now, Randa somehow is ranked higher than me, and I beat her. So maybe give me Randa again, or anyone in the top 10 or top 15.
Would you say this is the most significant win of your career?
Yeah, I definitely would say it's the most significant win. Like I said, she comes from a big camp. She was highly ranked coming into the UFC, so even with the layoff, she was still ranked really high up until the last couple, you know, female fights. That's finally when she kind of fell out of the top 10. So definitely think it's the most significant.
It was a very impressive performance over a great fighter, and yet you felt the need to apologize afterwards. Why?
You know, I come into the fights looking to finish the fight. You know, I didn't really put out the performance that I thought I could, and that I knew I could. So sometimes the coaches say I'm a little hard on myself, but you know, I take pride in finishing fights, and not to be able to get the finish, you know, is a little disappointing in my eyes.
And considering how your last fight went, and all the controversy and people attacking your character and things like that, do you now feel like you can put this behind you? I mean, to rebound with a win over someone like her is a pretty strong statement. Do you feel like it's all in the past? Was this what you needed to do to get people to stop talking about that or thinking about that?
Look, it was in the past, the day after the fight for me with Claudia, but you know, the media is the one that keeps it alive. If you guys want to keep it alive, it's going to stay alive forever. I'm over it. I've been over it. Care less. You know, she's a liar. It happened. It was an accident. Whatever she wants to say, it happened. I'm over it. I don't care. You know, I just want to continue to fight and put on great shows, and that's it. So if you guys want to keep it going, by all means do so. I don't care.
Us want to keep going, wondering if you know, were over it, or
yeah, I'm over it.
You need to make a statement to get people to.
It didn't matter what I said. You guys had your opinions. You know, everyone had their opinions. You know, and in my heart, I believe what I want. The people that care about me and that surround me, they knew what happened. You know, they know my character. So, you know, everyone else, you know, they can believe what they want. You know, I moved on from it the day after it happened. That's it? Yeah. 2 people, that's it, guys?
Where's the love?
No, there's no love for me, man. Yeah, I keep fighting and there's no love. No love ever for Casey.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why it is. You know, I just do my job. I've tried to fly under the radar as much as possible. I think I get more negative stuff out of it than anything, but I live a simple life. I'm happy doing what I do. Like I said before, my family's healthy, I'm healthy, people I care about are good, and that's really all that matters to me.
You know, you did talk about the rankings and mentioned like how you thought you shouldn't be ranked because you didn't beat Randa. Does it bother you at all that you're not?
I feel like it bothers the people around me, because how much hard work I put in, the people that care about me, how much hard work I put in to see these other fighters get recognized for what they do, and you know, and I don't. But again, like, as long as I'm getting fights, the UFC knows who to call. You know, I'm going to say yes to anyone and everyone, anytime, any place. I'll be there.
Aguilar was pretty, you know, up there. She was at number 9, I think. So you're going to be looking to see it all? If it happens?
Yeah, I guess we'll find out Tuesday.
Jessica was actually very vocal going into this fight about how she's frustrated with the state of women's MMA because she feels like, you know, you have to, you know,
post booty pictures and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm with her on that. I really am. I feel like we should be recognized for the athletes that we are, not for what we post on social media and stuff like that. I feel like we need to be role models for the women coming, the young women coming up, the girls coming up, being positive influence to them. You know, let them know that their attitudes and their well-being and their rights as women should be recognized, not flaunting their sexuality to get somewhere. I mean, we fought, you know, tooth and nail to get where we are today, to be considered equals as much as possible, and I think we should continue in that direction, not bring it backwards just so we can get, you know, bigger sponsorships and stuff like that.
But are you confident in 2017 that things will change?
No, not confident in 2017 that things will change. Disheartening? Very disheartening, yeah. It's very disheartening. It's very disheartening for the kids that I train, for my daughter and stuff like that. That's the way it's going.
Why do you feel like women are sort of held to that standard and men aren't? Is it because you think that you fight in a sort of male-dominated sport where the fan base is majority male, so those fans are going to gravitate to people?
Absolutely. I feel like some women feel like to get the recognition, they need to step sometimes out of their own comfort zone to get, you know, the publicity and the spotlight that they feel like they deserve. I'm never going to sell myself short to get ahead by any means. I rather stay where I am now and just keep fighting, keep doing what I love to do and the morals that I grew up with, than to sell myself any shorter than that.
A lot of guys, it seems, tend to do a lot of shit talking and take it a lot aggressive in social media and things like that. So, but for you, you'd rather keep it clean and stick to the morals instead of maybe do some of the things that other fighters are using to get fights.
Yeah, you know, like, I think we have to respect everyone in the division. I mean, not only as women, but as athletes. You know, we put in the time, we put in the work, we should all respect each other. I mean, at the end of the day, we are fighting each other, so you have to have a little bit of disheartening going into the fight, a little aggressiveness with each other, but not to the point where we're almost degrading them in a way. And I feel like that's the way the women do it. When a guy's, you know, has beef with another guy, it's normal. But when a girl does it to a girl, you know, it's petty. It comes off tacky and classless, you know. So, you know, I'm not like that.
What was your impression of the UFC Summer Kickoff yesterday?
Oh, I think it's great. You know, I think it's great. I feel like, again, temperatures, you know, and those guys have been fighting for a long time. I feel like a little less in the women's division because everything's so young, but those guys have been fighting for the spot and the spotlight for a long time. And, you know, a lot of, you know, the rankings and stuff are still, you know, up in the air with everything. So I feel, you know, temperatures rise and you know, things get a little bit out of hand, but I feel like there's great cards coming up. UFC always puts on great cards, so I feel like the Summer Kickoff is definitely going to be good.
Is the cut to 115 good for you, or are you looking at this 125 news as something?
The cut from 115 is good for me. I mean, I fought, like you guys know, a lot on short notice, and I always make weight. Is it getting more difficult? Sometimes, yeah. It just depends on how far the layoff is in between fights. But you know, I always stay ready, so I feel like I'll stay at the 115-pound division for a while. If that 125-pound division opens up in their spots and not a lot of really big girls are coming down, I like to be, you know, you want to be the biggest in your division, so that's what I try to be. If there, by any chance there's a way where we can fight both divisions, you know, I'd probably like to do that too.
Yeah, did you lose a contact in the fight? It looked like
it wasn't me. I think it was her. I saw her eye was a little gray, and I was a little worried at first, but I was like, can't really do anything in this fight, so I'm just gonna keep punching it. Like, but it looked like a little fuzzy, but yeah, it wasn't my eye. I got perfect vision.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, thank you guys.